What's going on, guys? This is Empty Box, and today we have the payoff for the 15-minute from fixed to open series video. As you saw previously, we created a setup in 15 minutes just simply by following the instructions, RTFMing car setup. Will we actually be faster? Will the car be competitive in an open environment, or will we have to run the fixed series to be competitive? What is the result going to be? How much slower will I be with the fixed setup? That's the question. Will the faster guys setup make me faster? What will end up happening? Now you're going to see 3 laps. First one is me and my setup. Second one is me and the fast guy's setup. He posts his setup every week he races the car, and he is most certainly a fast guy. He's definitely the man to beat when it comes to the Ford GT here at iRacing. And then the bog standard fixed setup with 23.8 gallons of fuel. I did not change brake bias, did not change the caster, didn't change anything else except for add fuel. All 3 cars are running the exact same fuel level. Now there is no cheating, there's no artificial tampering with the video or anything like that. I'm not trying to make one setup faster than the other, because at the end of the day, this was recorded on Tuesday before my Wednesday race, which I'll talk about in a little bit. So I'm basically still trying to run the track, push like mad, and see what kind of lap time we can get. So it's that simple. No cold tire tricks, none of that. Pretty much every lap, I think actually all 3, were the first time lapped right out the box as is. I don't do any cold tire tricks or anything like that, or cut chicanes or anything wildly and aggressively. You know, it's the same driver in the same car. The only thing that changes is the setup. That's it. Not even the track conditions. Same thing. So 130.732 with my setup. Now, just for throwing this out there, all 3 videos, or excuse me, all 3 laps are backed up with a lap time of similar speed. These are not just like one-time freak occurrences or anything like that. Pretty much every single time I was able to do another lap that was within about 1/10 of a second or so. So it's pretty safe to say that that's a pretty reliable speed, pretty accurate of what I can do in this car. Now let's go ahead and throw the fast guy setup. Now just one other thing I want to throw out there. I actually did the Wednesday race just about an hour and a half before recording the commentary for this video. I ran my setup. I ended up winning the race. My fastest lap in that race was done with about 10 gallons of fuel. My best lap in that race was a 130.57. So I'd say that 130.74, 73, whatever it was, pretty accurate representation of what my lap time, what my speed is around this place in that car, in that setup. So now we tried the fast guy setup. Will we get faster? $1 million question. Common logic would say we have to get faster because he's a faster driver. He has to know some sort of secret magic or something that makes the car just feel more happy or something. He knows how to tickle its undercarriage and all that good stuff. Let's see. This car did drive radically different than the car that I had set up. This was definitely a lot more free through the corners. It wasn't necessarily more difficult to drive in the sense that I was out of control, hanging on for dear life. It's something that I could very well get used to. I could feel very comfortable racing with, but I just felt better with my setup. A little bit of a power slide there. Did cost us a little bit of time. Nothing too major. 130.742. Okay, so right now, it's pretty safe to say that my setup and the fast guy setup, we're about the same speed. Okay, the setup didn't really help me, didn't really hurt me. It's, you know, really 1-to-1 is what it is. Now we have the fixed setup with full fuel. Same fuel level as the other 2 setups. Let's see what kind of lap time we're going to get here. Now, this is the setup that did not fit me at all. This setup understeers like crazy for a guy like me, and I don't like understeer. So I should be slower, in all honesty. I really should. You know, the fixed setups are definitely more conservative. They're not designed to be all out as fast as possible. You know, obviously no driver preference is taken into account. Because the brakes are really super mega far forward. You know, realistically, I would say that a 130.9 would be a pretty acceptable lap time for a guy like me with my speed around here. You know, that'd be about 0.2 of a second slower than what I can do with you know, a custom setup that I feel fairly safe, fairly comfortable, you know, fairly fast with. Let's see what kind of lap time we're going to get. This car was definitely more understeery, definitely more stable though. That enabled me to attack the chicanes a little bit more aggressively, particularly that second chicane. With the fast guy setup, I was actually kind of struggling through there as I felt like the car wanted to snap out from underneath me and either run wide over the chicane that's on the right side, over the rumble strip there, or alternatively I'd have to take a really aggressive line and cut over the left one. This fixed setup felt a lot easier to drive through there, a lot easier to thread the needle. Confidence, that's a big thing in going fast. So let's see what the lap time should be. 1:30.9 is what we're expecting and not what we're getting at all. Alright, bye.